Yesterday we have completed almost all the points over there. We were discussing increasing rate of investment and capital formation. That is, now we are starting with socially optimum pattern of resources. You can see the point over there, socially optimum pattern of resources. What do you mean by that? All the resources have to be optimally utilized. All the resources, take down fast. Fiscal policy, जल्दी लिखो, बात करने का तो बाहर क्या वो बहुत जगह है. Fiscal policy aims at optimum utilization of resources. Boys, ligo, optimum utilization of resources. Optimum utilization of resources. Girls, if I see that you are talking, you will be out. Optimum means best. Optimum means best. Next point up देखो, reducing income inequality. Reducing income inequality. Fiscal policy with the help of, देखो, fiscal policy with the help of taxation. Fiscal policy with the help of taxation. And repeating, fiscal policy with the help of taxation will be able to reduce income inequality. Will be able to reduce income inequality. Will be able to reduce income inequality. Progressive taxation. Continue करो. Progressive taxation is the best example for this. Progressive taxation is the best example for this. Progressive taxation is the best example for this. Next, we go reducing unemployment. Reducing unemployment. Fiscal policy can reduce unemployment. Fiscal policy can reduce unemployment. Fiscal policy can reduce unemployment by increasing. Fiscal policy can reduce unemployment by increasing public expenditure on social work program. I am writing the social work program. Social work program. Social work program. Last one, controlling inflation. Controlling inflation. Controlling inflation. One of the basic objective of fiscal policy. One of the basic objective of fiscal policy is to control the price level. One of the basic objective of fiscal policy is to control the price level. Full stop. Price level has to be stable in the economy. Price level has to be stable in the economy. Has to be stable in the economy. I mean, we are just seeing constituents of fiscal policy. What all things are included in fiscal policy? A and C को मैं पूछ सकता है, which of the following is not the part of fiscal policy? Like that question can come. Or which are the part of fiscal policy? So fiscal policy may be first and foremost budget. We already told you budget is the main instrument. by which government is, declaring their next year's plan of expenditure and income. Then taxation आपने देखा, public expenditure and public debt. So the entire public finance is dealing with taxation, public expenditure, public debt. In addition, we are adding budget. Okay. Now, so far we were discussing the same question. What was the objective of fiscal policy? Now we are starting with the principles of sound finance. Offline means all these questions are rather very significant, you can say. Principles of sound finance. Question ligo. Heading go sound finance. Heading the sound finance. Question ligo. Discuss the principle of sound finance. Discuss the principle of sound finance. Because fiscal policy means there are two instruments. One is sound finance. इसके आगे हम पढ़ेगा functional finance. There are two principles in fiscal policy. One is sound finance. Second one is functional finance. So first we are going to discuss what is sound finance. Dekho, that HCY wherever it comes, try to avoid it because I was dictating while through the microphone. That is why that air is capturing the words. That is why that HCY is. Okay. Oh, thank you. 1 minute. I hope you can see now. Okay. I told you cancel this word HCY. See, very simple. Before 1930, you are aware, 1930 is the period of Great Depression. So many times we have told it. Before 1930, world was believing in sound finance. We go there. Before 1930, जिसको आता नहीं है ब्रैकेट में लिखो ग्रेट डिप्रेशन. जिसको मालूम है नो इश्यू. Before 1930, ब्रैकेट में लिखो ग्रेट डिप्रेशन. 1930 में डिप्रेशन हुआ. Great Depression. Close the bracket. World was believing in sound finance. World was believing in IM. Sound finance. Sound. World was believing in sound finance. So what is sound finance? We are going to explain. Classical economists did not believe in the role of government. Look here. Underline that and write it. Sound finance means, that is the meaning. Sound finance role of government should be minimum. Role of government should be minimum. Role of government should be minimum. Underline karo, generally students never study this answer properly. Role of government should be minimum. As a result, fiscal policy play very limited role. Fiscal policy play very limited role. Fiscal policy play very limited role in such economies. Next sentence, आप उधर ही ये देखो, आप लिखो. Sound finance believed in the principle of laissez-faire capitalism. उधर है देखो. But that sentence you write. Sound finance believed in the principle of dash. That will be the objective. Sound finance believed in the principle of laissez-faire capitalism or laissez-faire policy. We go. I will explain. Sound finance believed in the principle of laissez-faire capitalism. Laissez-faire is not an English word, it's an Italian word. Laissez-faire capitalism or laissez-faire policy. आपका डाउट है मैडम ये laissez-faire क्या है? This is what I am going to explain. Put an arrow and write. Laissez-faire means maximum freedom to the people. Laissez-faire means maximum freedom to the people. Maximum freedom to the people. And minimum role of government. Minimum role of government. Underline or pado. Read it. What is laissez-faire? Maximum freedom kisko hai? People go. And role of government is minimum. So देखो simple. 1930 के पहले you are aware that world was depending upon Say's law of market. Supply create its own demand. So naturally, people का role was more important. Government का role was minimum. This is the concept of sound finance. ये बराबर नहीं पढ़ने पर naturally it will be difficult for you. You listen. USA is considered as the center of laissez-faire economy. Okay, पूरा दुनिया में USA is the birthplace, you can say that, or the cradle of laissez-faire system. You will wonder, madam, what is this laissez-faire system? I told you udhar government hai nahi. If the government is not there, then who is managing? Demand and supply. That is the meaning of laissez-faire system. Demand and supply will manage. If the demand is more, supply is less, price will be high. If the supply is more, demand is less, price will be low. Matlab udhar market is controlling the economy. Government is not controlling the economy. Then, if you take India, any point of time, we never believed in laissez-faire system. Because our country, main government is always, very significant party to play the role. My point is, अभी भी आप देखो कितने साल का last 10 years, last 20 years का data आप collect करो. World का billionaires are always coming from USA. आप देखो, world का billionaires are always from USA. What is the reason? You are young people. You can, of course, it's slightly high for you, but you can imagine, madam, ऐसा क्यों होता है? हमारा इधर भी मुकेश अंबानी है. He may be richest in Asia. But in the Forbes list, he is not among the 10. There is nobody. So why always the richest people are from USA? Because they are following laissez-faire system. मतलब आपको जो चाहिए वो करो. That is the laissez-faire system. Nobody will control you. That is the reason sometimes, when you are seeing the movie and all that, or somebody is telling USA में तो इतना freedom है. No doubt. US economy is giving maximum freedom to the people. Because of that reason, people will do the best thing which is suitable to them. Please remember that. That is the reason all the big companies, you take, starting from Google, Facebook, Apple, okay, Microsoft, दुनिया का कौन सा भी company का नाम बोलो वो है US में. The reason is this only, they give importance to the individual's freedom. You take the case of schools and even colleges. US में school में बच्चा जाएगा after 4.5 years, and up to 3rd standard the child won't even write, because they give maximum freedom to the small children. No teacher can beat the child. No parent can beat the child. That small child can call the police and complain. And the moment the police will come, and they will arrest the parent. And it is very common. Because why the reason is this, small child got the freedom. So parents should not control the freedom of the child. वो class में कौन है? Dance practice. Is there any leader in that class? एक student को बुलाओ. 1 minute. Dance practice होता है या पब के जैसा इतना आवाज बनाता है? So what is happening in again? Hello. Look, World Cup top tennis players, they are again coming from US. You will ask, Madam, udhar to cricket ka players nahi hai. US does not support only cricket as such. They support tennis and baseball. And you will wonder, Madam, why they are supporting tennis? Because highest paid game in the world. That is the reason they are supporting that. They are all crorepatис who play the tennis. The tennis ka ball itself is so expensive. That is why India, ma'am, tennis is not very popular. Because it is it's a rich man's game. So my point is, laissez-faire economy means maximum freedom is given to the individual. University level, there is no compulsory for attendance. Okay, anybody can enter the class whenever they want to enter. Anybody can leave the class whenever they want to leave. Nobody will question. After every lecture, no need. I will use it here. So we were explaining that all the richest people, even in tennis, one of the rich man's game, everything is given the top priority in US. The reason is as simple as that. आपको चाहिए पर आप क्लास में जाओ, चाहिए पर क्लास में बैठकर सो जाओ. They don't say anything, and you can do whatever you want to do. What is the simple logic behind it? जिसको पढ़ने का है वो अपने आप पढ़ेगा. That is the logic behind it. There is no system. They are having the open book system. Okay, open book system means रट्टा मारने का जरूरत है नहीं. And that is the reason why US is producing best entrepreneurs in the world. Because their system is like that, you have to be very independent. So when the student knows that only if I work, I will be getting good marks. If I get good marks, I will get good employment. India में reverse में what is happening? Parents are compelling, we are compelling. उसके वजह से आधा टाइम आपका मन बैठता ही नहीं है. That is your main problem. So laissez-faire means maximum freedom which is given to the people. The role of government is minimum. Never forget it. Hello, Rishita. I'm sorry. Really sorry to. Yes. So there is a private owners of factors of production, and such transactions are free from government control. So what is happening in sound finance? Point number 1, transactions are free from government control. In sound finance, that is our heading. In sound finance, transactions are free from government control. That's point number 1. उधर देखो ना, उधर मैं सर्कल किया है, देखो ट्रांजैक्शंस आर फ्री फ्रॉम गवर्नमेंट कंट्रोल, उधर है ऑलरेडी. सेकंड उधर ही लिखो, प्राइवेट प्राइवेट owners play the most important role. Private owners play the most important role. Private owners play most important role. Listen very carefully. Sound of play very important role. See, there are 2 points you have to remember. Again and again, same point. Government control is minimum. That's all right. That we are accepting. Second part, you see, private owners are the most important players in such economy. What do you mean by the private owners? I told you the owner of factor of production. One point you have seen, Apple ka owner, CEO, who is no more, Steve Jones. He was a dropout. Okay. Then, where were you? Are you in this class or you are not? मालूम है, इधर नहीं, वो क्लास 307 नहीं. ओके, अब अनाउंस करो. 307 में तो टीचर्स दिया है. उधर के 307 में है. Now they are under control. Teachers are wanted. Action show करते सुबह सुबह. Yes. Look. So we were explaining that I told you Microsoft ka owner, Bill Gates is a dropout. So that is the reason many times no young boys will argue, Madam itna padhkar kya karne ka hai? Without studying also they are becoming the leaders. Okay. The issue is what? US does not insist on minimum graduation level. India ma'am don't insist to that. Here there are so many good cricket players. They are not able to join the cricket team because the selection takes place from the school level. Selection takes place from the college level. You are listening here, otherwise you will also be going along with them. Okay. So here what is happening is passing 10th is compulsory. Passing 12th is compulsory. Graduation is compulsory. इसलिए वजह से suppose that a girl is very good in dancing or a boy is very good in playing cricket. That boy cannot go ahead because he is not getting the time to attend the classes. He does not know the subject, neither he is interested because he is having a passion for cricket. ऐसा student को हम encourage नहीं करेगा because he has to study in the college or in the school mandatorily. Only you can say that Sachin Tendulkar is an exception. Rest of all the many people, they are not in the limelight. Similarly, entrepreneur होने के लिए इधर MBA होना चाहिए. Otherwise, आपका father का business होना चाहिए. So independently, you are not able to become an entrepreneur. Whereas in Western country, they encourage this independentness. And remember, this independent character is reflected everywhere. That is what you are seeing in the Hindi movie, which you are wrongly taking. You say that, there, or even in the college campus, or even in the classes, boys and girls can sit together, and library may even, they are given more freedom. The logic is very simple. जिसको जो करने का तो करेगा, आपको कौन बोला वो देखने के लिए? That is their logic, very simple. India में we are not getting that freedom. So when the freedom is given, we are misusing it. Even you might have heard it, or you have to hear. There is a world famous university in India, that is in Rajasthan, BITS Pilani. Okay, Pilani is in Rajasthan. World ka, top 3 mein aata hai BITS Pilani. Admission is so difficult, it is managed by Birla Group. Okay, or you take even IITs, BITS Pilani and all, they never say that boys should not go to girls' hostel, vice versa. They can go, even in the night time they can go. The logic is very simple. You please draw your line of control. No teacher will draw the line of control. You have to draw. Then you will say, Madam, yes, there may be mistakes. If they do the mistake, they have to suffer. They have to suffer. But basically what is happening, if the whole college is in that small classroom, that's what I am saying. 10 people may be practicing, 100 are sitting there. So what is happening is, similarly, those who are doing MBBS, डॉक्टर के लिए एमबीबीएस स्टूडेंट के लिए ये नहीं बोल सकते बॉय गर्ल को बात नहीं करने का, गर्ल बॉय को बात नहीं करने का. These are all allowed because they are professionals. They know even if they become friends, they know they are going to marry, and both of them are doctors. Both of them are MBA professionals. So parents are not worried. The same philosophy you wanted to introduce in your life, it is not possible because you do not have the professional background and you do not have the maturity level. So US or any Western country, you take England, you take France, early morning the pubs are open. You know, early morning you can go and drink. Nobody will bother. What is the reason? Nobody is compelling you, hold your hand and taking you inside. That pub is open, chahiye par jawana. So only those, and there also gambling is officially allowed. Aapko malum hai, people can play the cards, people can play all type of online games, gambling games, and they are minting the money. इसलिए आप cryptocurrency का देखो आप. Cryptocurrency is very, very world famous. Now Indians are also equally entering into cryptocurrency. But ये cryptocurrency का origin हो गया, maximum popularity हो गया US में. So what is happening is any new things come, first they will try. The reason is this, that is the meaning of laissez-faire system. But this policy was very successful till 1930. And AEUS, आपको मालूम है, they have undergone depression. And 2008 में AEUS में recession हो गया. And now during this COVID, you have seen that maximum people died in US. US ka means a global death rate में US is coming number 1. But I told you they don't mind. Their problem is if you are careless or if the freedom is given, don't think everybody is going to enjoy. There will be losers, there will be winners. But I don't never compare that with Indian system. Indian system mein government is very powerful. So sound finance mein government has to play the minimum role. Always remember. It means in such an economy, role of government is minimum and market mechanism, underline that. Market mechanism play the most important role, this word. In sound finance, who is controlling the market? In sound finance, who is controlling? Market mechanism is controlling the market. In sound finance, market mechanism is controlling the market. In sound finance, market mechanism is controlling. What do you mean by market mechanism? The demand and supply. Put an arrow and write. Market mechanism means forces of demand and supply. Forces of demand and supply. मतलब government नहीं है उधर. Demand and supply will decide the price. I told you now that Apple company that is having highest market capitalization in the world. For your information, Apple company is having highest market capitalization in the world, $3 billion US. Why Apple is coming in the top position? Demand for MacBook, demand for iPhones are very high. So the demand is more than supply. They are able to become number 1. Tomorrow, if some Samsung ka demand is more than supply, Apple will become number 2 and Samsung will become number 1. Because they are giving, I told you, any market economy, they give importance to demand and supply. Their government will be just a passive role. The role of government will be that of a policeman. Government has to play only the passive role. India, ma'am, I told you, government is playing super active role. Everywhere we are controlled by the government. इसकी वजह से क्या होता है? Maximum corruption take place here. The scams are very, very common. And don't think that there are no corruption in US. US may be corruption, say, but government will not interfere. You become bankrupt. Who is bothering you? Become bankrupt, you commit suicide. Highest suicide. 1 out of 10 people are suffering from depression in US because the freedom is misused. The freedom is misused, but they don't mind. आपको business में आगे आने के लिए क्या चाहिए? Freedom. That is the reason here we say that Gujarati children, they are more into business Because the reason is their parents are doing business and they are also seeing that line only. They don't want the traditional service sector outlook. Whereas we look at the South people, we are more into that service sector. अच्छा तरक पढ़ो, government job पर जाओ, नहीं तो MBA करो, नहीं तो PhD करो. So it is the outlook. So I told you, market economy, market mechanism is very, very important. Government ka role is not very important. Okay, now this type of public finance is known as sound finance. Look here. So somebody is asking you, what is sound finance? Aapka answer dega, one line mein. Sound finance was popular till 1930. Agreed. In sound finance, only one line answer. What is it? Yeah, minimum government role and maximum freedom to the individual. That is sound finance. वो ध्यान रखना ही पड़ेगा. Minimum role of government and maximum freedom to the individual. Market mechanism play the most important role. Okay. In sound finance, the role of government was limited to, ये देखो, government का role किधर किधर है देखो, defense, law and order, justice, and provision of civic amenities. देखो, in sound finance, government has to interfere. Government has to interfere. A, B, C, D लिखो. A, government has to interfere. A, defense. उधर दिया है देखो. A, defense. B, law and order. B, law and order. उधर दिया है देखो. Law and order. C, justice. C, justice. D, civic facilities. Amenities means facilities. Civic facilities. Civic, that is water supply and all that. Civic facilities. So government को इतना ही role है. If a violence take place, if a riot take place, naturally people will not manage it. That will be managed by the police. Defense will be managed by the government. Okay, civic facilities will be, providing water supply, providing electricity. All this will be managed by the government. But economic activity will be managed by the private. That is the main reason 99% of India ka engineers, when they go to US for higher studies, they never come back. And similarly, those who are going for MBA, they also never return. The reason is you are getting full-fledged freedom to think. Every time you are, sometimes you might have heard also, YouTube mein aap dekho, Sundar Pichai, who is the CEO of Google, he has studied in IIT Kharagpur. Okay, बाद में Stanford से he has done his further studies. Stanford is #1 in the world. Stanford University is #1 in the world. Kharagpur is also absolutely not at the back seats. Kharagpur is also very leading organization. Lekin Kharagpur mein he was a very quiet student. But when he has studied in Stanford, he has become extrovert and he because he wants to think independently. आप कभी भी देखो Facebook वगैरह में who are working in Facebook or who are IT people का basically देखो, they will talk less. Generally, I'm telling you, they will be more thinking. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा कोड लिखते बैठेंगे लोग. और एक कोड लिखने के लिए what you want is the freedom. Please remember that. Independent. इधर भी आपका group में भी there will be some students who are very good in accounts. They like only accounts. They don't like theory. So क्या होगा accounts में ज़्यादा practice करने के लिए आपको तो freedom चाहिए. इधर accounts के साथ साथ FC भी पढ़ो, उसके साथ साथ business law भी पढ़ो, and you don't like that subject. So what is happening is you are forced to study. So this is the freedom has to be given. And अभी का new education policy जो है government का is already passed in the parliament. The new education policy, for your information, there is no 3-year degree college. Degree is 4-year. Because 4th year, they are introducing research. This is what is happening in the foreign countries. Graduation में आप research करो. मैडम हम क्या रिसर्च करेगा? आई टोल्ड यू रिसर्च करो, हम तो करते हैं ना, एफसी प्रोजेक्ट करते हैं, सीधा कॉपी करके डाउनलोड करके उसका हेड एंड टेल चेंज करके आपको देता है, एंड आपको मालूम नहीं पड़ता है. We are all aware about it, but we are also ignoring it because what is happening is it is a part of your syllabus. But when research is introduced, you cannot copy paste anything. You have to individually do the data collection. आपको टॉपिक सिलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा स्टूडेंट के पास, नहीं तो जिधर मार्केट में जाकर डाटा कलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा. यू विल एंजॉय इट. देन बाद में वो डाटा को एनालाइज करना पड़ेगा. एनालाइज करने के लिए आप क्या करेगा? कंप्यूटर सीखेगा, अलग अलग प्रोग्राम सीखेगा. सो दिस टाइप ऐसा करके करके जाने पर योर थिंकिंग इज टोटली डिफरेंट. अभी आपका थिंकिंग कैसा है? विच इज विद इन द टेक्स्ट बुक. टेक्स्ट बुक के अंदर जो थिंकिंग है, कैसा भी बायहार्ट करके लिखो, ज्यादा जो बायहार्ट करके लिखता है दैट पर्सन इज बिकमिंग सक्सेसफुल. अभी ये एमसीक्यू का टाइम, देयर वर मेनी स्टूडेंट्स वर टेलिंग, वी आल्सो नो दैट ए स्टूडेंट को 10 मार्क में नहीं मिलेगा, उसको मिला है 90 मार्क. ओके, जिसको 90 मिलना चाहिए उसको मिला है 60 मार्क. So this is happening in MCQ. Why? That 10 mark wala has become 90 because he is smart. He knows how to get the work done. Whereas this 90 mark student is a very good student, but he is very sincere. For sincerity ki wajah se what is happening, he does not want to do any unfair means. And businessmen, you remember, whether you are doing fair or unfair practice, they are not bothered. Businessmen, only profit is the aim. So that is the main reason market mechanism, main role of government is minimum. Again and again we are emphasizing. Last sentence, the primary belief of the sound finance was size of the government, and it should be small and budget should be balanced. Please underline and write it. Very, very important. Sound finance believe in balanced budget. Sound finance believe in balanced budget. Sound finance believe in balanced budget. It's a very good question for MCQ. Go. Balanced budget means revenue is equivalent to expenditure. Revenue is equal to expenditure. Underline that, put it in a box. Balanced budget. Revenue is equal to expenditure. मतलब income is equal to expenditure. Revenue be difficult होने पर लिखो income. Income is equal to expenditure. That is balanced budget. So question आएगा, sound finance believe in dash laissez-faire. Okay, in laissez-faire system, who controls the market? Market mechanism. Okay. Third point is sound finance believe in which budget? Balanced budget. Okay, the time is over.